Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. If you're here with me in the Discord, in the YouTube, in the X, or the Kick Chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have Mike, Mass Trader Rick, Stormplung Tingles, Shelly, Brian, Andrew, Artem, Nick, Coach Grizz, Skunked Ape, Mike TW, Kelvin, Redberg, Cyrus, Mass Rick, Coach Grizz, G-Line, Sid, good morning. What's happening? We've got Navy Guy, Nathan Nader, Fat Guy Out West, Coob, OK Broccoli, G-Lines, good morning to you, Wicks and Dreams, Balekas, Coob Q, Cheese Balls, Brian Johnson, Tricks, Haas Nuts, Big Guy, J Star, what up, dog? We got Don Burberry in the house, Lido, Maximilian, Sean, Brady, Mr. Yip, Street Line, TJP, LC Jazzy, Clarence, Lou, Crypto Trades, Debbie C, Lido, NLV, Thomas, JK, Arsalan, Felipe, The Hard Road, Chad, Dan Not The Man, Trader Slava, QO, Bill, Go Hard, Greg, Dips, Leon, Always Be Racing, Andre, Stefan, Kaz Cuts, Clicks, Armando, True Aid, Mark, Luna, Archie, Julius, Corgo. What's up, Buckle Luck? How y'all doing this morning? We got Greg, Eddie, Adino, Kaya, Big How, good morning. What a crazy overnight session, by the way. I'm getting conflicting reports of what caused that huge push down. Anybody know? I mean, I have my ideas of what it was, but yeah, the overnight was insane, wasn't it? It was like actually insane. Was that Apple that caused the spike up? Not that I'm aware of. UK unemployment was the first sell-off. This right here? Who made money in the overnight session? That's what I want to know. Was it because of LA? No, not because of LA. LA is never going to have this much effect on the NASDAQ. I mean, unless somebody did something terrible in LA. But didn't lose money in Globex, which is a win in my book. That's nice. Lido says, me on the account you gave me over $700. Nice. Lou got $1,000. Dude, True Aid made $6,400. Oh my gosh. It's this music, by the way. It's crazy. I said no vocals. This sounds kind of like vocals to me. That's good though. Overnight was a big W dub. I love that. Big dubs. I haven't taken any trades in props. I took a very small, tiny, minuscule trade yesterday. I made $195. I posted it yesterday on X. I thought I had made $800, but it was the total still from yesterday. The 630 plus the 195. So yeah, kind of disappointed. I woke up this morning. I was like, I thought I made 800. I was like, oh yeah, the Globex session is still part of the, yeah. So $195 is all I made. Just that little, like I didn't trade yesterday's session. Traded that, but that's it. Yeah, $195 for me. That's all I've made so far. Today's session has literally zero news in it outside of 2 auctions. So bond auctions can move the market today, and so can headlines, but there's nothing planned at 8:30. There's nothing planned until 11 o'clock. We get Redbook retail sales, but if you've been here for long enough, you know how little the market cares about Redbook retail sales. Maybe the UK unemployment news affecting the market. Yeah, I also had reports about some stuff in China. Like, somebody sent me a social media post on China, but I don't know how much of an effect that actually had on the markets. So, I don't know. Who knows? It just, I mean, I wish I was here in the markets trading this. This was that right there. Oh my God. I would have loved that. Who out there actually caught any piece of this move to the short side? I mean, just this move is all I'm looking at right here. Who was your first subscriber? I was trying to be. Somebody DM me on Instagram. I see that we got OK Broccoli, G-Lines, Mustped, and it was Travis in Air. Travis in Air. I think he's a pilot. Good morning, Mike. Got it on that pump, minus 2,200, but got the reverse for 6,900, locked it out. I love that, dude. I'm going to be listening keenly to any kind of headlines that are coming out today related to trade. I think that we have more of the WWDC today, but it's not going to be like any headlines. What did you folks think of the Apple thing? Kind of. Are we really at the... it's 2025 and like we're doing a whole conference on like basically a jailbroken skin? That's how I kind of felt. Kind of weird that we're doing a whole conference about like a jailbroken skin. The only thing that I did like was like the idea that they're gonna keep pushing into that whole tracking you thing and like giving you suggestions throughout the day. Like you go to your gym, it suggests like your workout and everything. You go to your office, it suggests that you text your mistress on time. You leave the office, it suggests you directions to your side piece's house. What else can it do? When you're booking a plane ticket, it suggests that you book a plane ticket for your second family. I think that's cool. That's going to be helpful for most people, I would think. That's going to be powerful. You know, that's a great way to leverage AI. You get in the car with your wife, Apple Maps is like, do you want to go to side piece's house again? Apple Maps, don't do that. I wonder how many relationships that those types of suggestions have broken up. Thankfully, I'm a very faithful man. Never once have I ever cheated on my wife. Never would. She's too hot. No, but she's my soulmate. She's my best friend. I would never do it. It's like, you know what's crazy? This is how you know. Like if you're into your marriage or your relationship for a long time and like you're meeting your wife or your significant other from out in a place, this happens to me a couple of times. I'll be like in the zone on my phone or something. And then like, I'll be like looking at my phone, like waiting on my wife to arrive. I'll look at my phone and then I'll see something out of the corner of my eye and I'll be like, dang, that girl's, oh, that's my wife. I know, not exciting, but I think that's how you know. You know what I mean? Like, if you get that excitement still, like you look out of the corner, you're like, dang, that girl's hot. Oh, shoot, that's my wife. It's a good feeling to have, I think. But I feel like, yeah, it's kind of weird that Apple had nothing to show. They didn't talk about, I mean, Worldwide Developer Conference is obviously usually about coding and stuff, but like they had no mention of the Siri stuff that they talked about. Like the whole iPhone 16 was sold on this premise of like that we're gonna have insane AI, and now we just have like this pretty decent but kind of slim integration with ChatGPT. You know, Rip's getting brownie points. Yeah, my wife doesn't watch the stream though. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just keeping it real. Go ahead, Greg. What goes well with this main chorus? Getting direction to your side piece. You know, I activate. Well, it didn't activate, but I turned on my iPhone 15. I have a 15. I was supposed to send it in to get like my $700 back, but I never did. So I have my iPhone 15, and I think I'm gonna use that as like my content phone and just like have that for filming. And I went to like activate that for a new line. That dude, Verizon wants $80 for just to activate a second line, like $80 a month. It's like, dude, don't they have? I thought there was like $10 a month for an extra line or something. I don't know. I wanted to have like, I don't know. I wanted to do. I thought there was like a discount on that stuff. But yeah. Thank you, Cube Q, for donating all these subs. So I'm waiting for more people to come in here to the kick stream. But what I'm doing is if we get, let me see something here. The first or the next, like, I'll figure it out. I think it's going to be the next 20 people that do a sub on Kick are going to get a free month of MC. Don't do it yet, but it's going to work out to be something like that. Would you rather go watch on Kick? Dude, watch on both. Link for Kickstream? Yeah. Let me just drop that. It's right here. Verizon family plan? Yeah, so I have dual SIM in my phone because out here in Vegas, like AT&T works great at like one corner of the casino, and then you start walking to the other corner, and then like there's no more AT&T service, and then Verizon's a better service. So I have a dual SIM. It's cool. Like with eSIMs, you can have a dual SIM in your phone where you have two phone numbers and then two data plans, and it connects, like it just switches between whichever has the stronger signal. So essentially you don't really have any dropouts of coverage, which is nice. How do we find you on Kick? I just dropped the link there. Me enters test with wife AI. Hello, sir. Would you like to go? Dude. That's horrible. So once again, we are kind of blessed with a market here that isn't going to be doing all that much. I mean, if I really wanted to take a trade here, I can't find a good direction. That's the problem. Like, we are continually pushing up, but we are pushing up into overhead supply. And right now, if we're looking at where we are right now, we're pushing into the previous month high, which is where we kind of rejected from last time at 6 o'clock this morning, Eastern time. You can see here, it's a rejection point in the past, rejection point, rejection point. So even if we clear this, like we're sitting right here. This is, by the way, for the people that say I never talk trading strategy on the stream, but I don't know why people say that. But you can see, like right now, we're just at that previous month high. You see how we have exchanged liquidity above it here. And then of course, here, right? Obviously here. But let's just look at the most recent areas. Because we've done that, even if we do clear out above this previous month high, we don't know if that's going to stop and reject, if it's just going to go for the previous day high. A lot of things that can happen. I'm just not confident in any trade ideas because we don't have any news that's going to be carrying the market. Like usually we would have news in 14 minutes. We don't get that today. Hey, random question. What brand do you use and what monitor arms do you use as a mount? So I have two Samsung screens. If you don't follow me on Instagram, this is your time to do it because I'm going to post a picture of my setup. I do this about once every couple of sessions, I suppose. My buddy downloaded the developer beta for iOS 26 because they're calling it 26 now. And he said that they reverted back to the old Photos app. I think that's going to be a good thing. I'm listening to this person squawking. They're giving me the full. Okay. I posted on my Instagram. It's right there. Selling rips. If you go on my Instagram, we're at over 15,000 followers. I guess the next step is to get to 16,000 followers. So if you can jump on over there and follow on Instagram, it'd be lovely. We don't have news, but we have Trump. Yeah, that's the thing is like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to fire into this market. Actually, I got to change my contract size there. I don't know why it was set so high. But yeah, we do have Trump. The thing is, we just don't know when there's anything going to happen. Like, we still have the trade talks that are kind of going on. But right now, it's 8 p.m. in China, right? Isn't it? Did I do that right? Carry the one? What time is it? World clock. China. Yeah, good. Still got it, baby. I still can add numbers together. Amazing. What's the goal for what? What's the goal for what? And by the way, the MC giveaway thing that we're doing over on Kick will not be if you receive a gifted sub. I know it's stupid, but just the way that Kick counts these things. What price in your head? For what? What are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about like this? I mean, if you're long at 800, I mean, we're in the danger zone. That's the thing. Is like we're in the danger zone right now. Like the fact that we've come up here and already chopped liquidity, like this is the tippy top of the volume shelf. Like you're flirting with a lot of risk to only get maybe 15 more points when you're already up 62 points. That's my take on it. But like, there's a very good chance, right, that we can take out this previous day high and continue going and going and going. There could be good news that drops and it just rips crazy high. So, I mean, I don't like being in trades like this where we don't have any kind of news that's on the docket, right? So we have news coming tomorrow. We get May's CPI data tomorrow. And we are like, is it 1 week? Are we, yeah, dude, June is flying by. Next week is FOMC. Next week is FOMC. So the whole Fed is in blackout right now, which means if you're new to all of this stuff, this is, I love doing these streams to help you out because a lot of streamers don't know this stuff or talk about this stuff. But the Fed is in a blackout period 1 week before FOMC right now, right? Not only do we have FOMC, but next week, the contract you're trading right now, this one right here, does it not say it on my screen? Does it not say June? Oh, you know what? Here, I can do this. NQM 25? Wait, my brain's not, NQM 2025? Okay, there we go. I was like, why is it not showing up? So there you go, look at it. So you see, this is the contract we're all trading right now, NQM 2025. The M is a code that they use at the CME that signifies which month it expires. M is the June. We rotate contracts 4 times a year in equity futures. It goes HMUZ. HMUZ. Good way to remember it, I guess. HMUZ. I always remember HMUZ for some reason. But the M contracts expire on the 3rd Friday of June. The 3rd Friday of June is next week, June 20th. Then we're going to roll into the Septembers. The U contract, then the Z's, the Decembers, right? So the way that this is all coming together is that we have the Fed in a blackout period this week. We have very little news that's coming out this week outside of CPI tomorrow. What did we get? PPI on Thursday, right? Yeah, PPI. So CPI on tomorrow, Wednesday. PPI on Thursday. Friday's kind of dead. Let me see what we have on Friday. Oh, the University of Michigan preliminaries for June. So that's going to be interesting. Preliminary read, though, so not crazy, but at least there's something. That's at 10 a.m. on Friday. But then next week, we get FOMC on Wednesday, the 18th, and then the contract expiring on the 20th. So we might be rolling like on Thursday or Tuesday or even on Wednesday. So honestly, like, this is not the easiest time to trade because there's so much uncertainty in the market. Also, the function of these contracts, right? We're trading the June right here. The function of these contracts is that if you are short this contract right now, you have to get out of this contract before it expires. So you have to do what's called rolling into another contract. So if you're short in a contract, to get out of that contract, you got to buy your contracts. You got to buy however many contracts you have of the June contract to get out. And conversely, if you are long in this contract, you have to sell contracts to get out of this. And that's how you do the function of the roll to get into the September contract, which is what everybody's trading next. So all of these things are happening right now, which creates an extremely choppy session. If we had news today at 8:30, I could at least take what comes from that news and see how it affects the equity markets. For instance, let's just say that we had the Michigan sentiment today, and they're saying, wow, we have this historic read where inflation is dropping. We could see that affecting the equity markets, or inflation is rising higher than expected, faster than expected. That would affect the equity markets. We could trade that new information. The problem is, on a session like today, we only have fixies that are being auctioned. Fixies are fixed income products. Fixed income products that are coming in the form of a 52-week bill, so a 1-year bill, and then a 3-year note. So a 52-week bill will yield a certain amount at a fixed rate based on the participation of this auction. And then at 1 p.m., we're going to get a 3-year note auction. Again, a fixed rate product. The rate is defined by the participation at the auction. That's the one thing that can move the market today and actually give us like, hey, here's direct information that we can use and you can trade around it. And it comes in two forms. One at 11:30, 52-week bill. One at 3 p.m. or one at 1 p.m. So kind of back to back. You get like a 2-hour gap between the two. About that. 90 minutes. So that's kind of what's happening today. I don't want to hear anybody ever come here again and say that I don't teach you anything about these markets. I don't know any streamer that actually can talk about this stuff because none of them know anything about this. They're like, let's talk about some prop rules. None of them actually know any of this stuff. I won't say none of them, but you get what I'm saying. Next is Trady says, wow, nice flush, Acito at midnight central. Wonder what caused that. I believe it was a mix of UK's data as well as there was a post in China talking about how China basically saying that the US better watch out and figure their stuff out. Where can I sign up for your course? You're in it right now and it's free, baby. Free. Every single day we do this for free. It's freezy, baby. It's always going to be free. When are you playing poker again? I'm thinking today, actually. Let me see which tournament. I think it's a $1,500 today, or maybe I think it's a $3,000 a day. I kind of want to play this one. Let me see. Let me have a little look-see here. I'm long since 32, but only 2 micros, slow and steady. Hey, it's more than I'm making right now. I have 0 on. Okay, $3,000 no limit hold'em freeze out. So no rebuys on this one. This one starts at noon today. That means I would miss CPI tomorrow if I did well in that tournament because I'd be exhausted. It would ruin my whole sleep schedule. I might want to play this. Absolutely no rebuys. That's nice. That means that people are at least going to be valuing their tournament lives, which is nice. How's poker been treating you lately? I literally have not played any cash games, I think now in 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Instead, I've been doing a lot of shopping with the wife, and I'm just telling you, it's crazy how going from 2 high stress income producing careers or jobs or activities down to 1, just focused on trading, has been like such a relief of stress. I didn't realize how much playing cash games every single day essentially was stressing me out. It was keeping my stress very, very high. Most people either just trade or play poker. Very few people I know of are like actively doing both at a high stakes level. I have been watching her shop, but I've also been buying a couple things for myself. I mean, it is nice to have a lot less stress, I do miss playing cash games, and I will get back into them. One of the best cash games I played, that episode is going to be airing in July, but I expect to be playing again before then. I have some friends coming into town this week. They're going to be playing the World Series as well, so I'm going to be playing some tournaments with them. But I'm probably going to be making my return to cash. I don't know. Maybe when I hit like a million in my AMP account, maybe that's when I can return to cash. I don't know. Probably before then. I mean, I'm $279,000 away from $1 million. That seems very achievable and attainable very soon. Nolerman says, hey, Rip, what keyboard is that on your setup? It's actually called the Apex Pro. Truth Social. Talking about the riots. Do you play 9 max or 6 max? I play in person, and sometimes we play 9-handed. I prefer playing like 7-handed personally. I've played very short-handed. I used to play heads up all the time when I played online poker. First payout for June. Nice work there, Stan. Shima. It's not an addiction, I swear. Lone Wolf says, morning, Ribs, my brother. Do you trade gold or just NQ primarily? I've mainly focused on equity futures. That's my MO. Let's take a look here at gold, though. Let's have a little gander, shall we? Gold's been a great trade this whole year, essentially. Look at the 4-hour here. I mean, look at gold. Look, I got all the schmutzies on my chart. Yeah, gold's been fantastic. It's been crazy good this year. I still have never really actively traded gold. I've traded it a couple times, but not like... I can't point out like, oh man, I remember that one gold trade I took, I made a bundle, you know? Rip Smod, what are you doing over there? I ripped out of Celsius for the first time the other day. Had kiwi strawberry, but it was a bit too sweet for me. I think that's one of the worst flavors. I think the best flavor to come out recently is that Retro Vibe. Retro Vibe it tastes like a snow cone from an ice cream truck. It's very, very good. It's your second favorite flavor. What's your favorite, Corgo? Cherry Cola is good, yeah. There's a lot of good flavors, but there's a lot of like flavors that I'm like, dude, that's a horrible one. How'd you end up there? Cherry Green Apple, yeah, that's a heavy hitter. Yeah, Retro Vibe is insane. Pina Colada, that's the other one I got. It's Island Vibe or something like that. It's in my, can't see the label of it. All the Vibe ones are good. So bottom of the hour is when you get a lot of press releases, and I'm just listening to the mix of press releases that are coming out right now, and it's very underwhelming. Extremely underwhelming. What do you think about Matt Coors? I never heard that name in my life. Let me look it up. Never seen this person before. Yeah, never seen this person. They have a lot of followers. Never. Do they live stream? Watermelon lemonade, mango lemonade, raspberry peach. Those are some good ones. Raspberry peach is really good. Money MD says, which indicators are you using to plot those levels? Very good question. Let me show you. Welcome to the stream, by the way. The Gandalf line. I love that one. All right, so right here is called Spaceman BTC Key Level. It's free. It's on TradingView. Highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite indicators. I got turned on to that by the friend in the Discord, SW, who's one of our mods. Retro tastes like that old zebra gum. Fruit Stripe. It lasted for 4 seconds. That was, that gum was a crime. Crazy. Anything like that for Ninja Trader? I don't think so. He does live stream. Got famous during the GME days. Yeah. Never heard of them, but I'm sure they're great. Wait, did we just smash? What just happened? We smashed a goal? Wow. Thank you. That's dope. So I get verified if I stream with y'all for another 9 hours in total. But I have to get, we're at 9 of 25 subs. We need to get a few more subs here. 14 more, or 16 more subs is what we need to get on whatchamacallit. Thank you, Fat Guy Out West, for the 25 gifted. Appreciate you. Let's do this. There we go. Yeah, on Kick. On Kick, that's right. How much is a sub? I think it's $4.95 or something like that. It's cheap. It's super cheap. What are the wizard green lines? The Gandalf lines, baby. Those are drawn just using support and resistance of areas in the market where we've had multiple touches. Lato BKK says, Rips, you execute your trades on TradingView via hotkeys or buy sell button tabs. I use the buttons and I click. I could set up, so I have my stream deck that I use for streaming here. This is the one I actually use for streaming. Controls the scenes and all that. But then I got another one over here that I use for hotkeys on NinjaTrader, and I haven't used it for TradingView. Has anybody ever used the TradingView hotkeys before? I personally have not. Me, I have not used them. But if anybody out there has used TradingView hotkeys, let me know if they're any good. Like, could you do... The thing about hotkeys is, like, you can't do buying and a selling. Like, you can't buy above ask. You can't sell below bid. Like, I want to sell below bid by 3 ticks with a hotkey. I don't think you could do that on TradingView, right? Although, with PineScript, you could probably have somebody write something like that, right? Gamer says, I made some dope stuff for streaming with the Stream Deck, but never used it for trading. It's good. I mean, I used it when I traded equities because it's necessary. Like, I did a lot of crazy things in equities where it's like, never spoofing, but like, you know, moving orders around, doing stuff. You know what I mean? I will say this. I do like the chat over at Kick a lot. Like, the chat is way more, it's just better than what we have at YouTube. Like, YouTube's chat is so lackluster. I don't know why YouTube doesn't like take a page out of Twitch and like what Kick is doing and just make it more streamer friendly. I don't know. It just seems more alive. I don't know how to explain it. It just seems more alive. And also there's discoverability on Kick, whereas like YouTube just picks and chooses. Like, it decides on whether or not it's gonna like pump your broadcast, you know? Lato says on TradingView, no, you cannot, but you can create great hotkeys on MotiveWave. Yeah. On MotiveWave for sure. I'm just so like, I love TradingView so much for my trading, and obviously like it's worked out great for me. YouTube is today's TV. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have cable. I haven't had cable. I don't even remember the last time that I had cable TV. I had YouTube TV for a while, but I canceled it because I just don't watch a lot of TV. I have subscriptions like, well, Max comes with my AT&T service. What else do I have? Apple TV Plus. I think at PokerGo. Yeah, PokerGo. I try to think what other premium services I have. Amazon Prime, obviously. Thank you for subscribing over on Kick. Appreciate you. I'm going to drop it into subscribers only chat and make sure that everybody who's subbed gets a free month of Clubhouse. Twitch is light years ahead in terms of integration, ease of use, API advancements. I think that Kick is gonna like really start ramping up. They got a lot of money to spend. I really do. Anya back from vacay, enjoyed the break. Nice. Twitch is dead for trading through YouTube, though YouTube is so much better for audience. Yeah, I mean, I'm not on Twitch. I'm on Kick. Kick is like, I don't know. Kick has been dope. Rips on Bookmap, you can set up. Oh, nice, Don Burberry. What a goat. On Bookmap, you can set up a column to show quotes. What are the quotes versus trades? Are you just talking about like, are you talking about time and sales, or are you talking about the order book? Not sure what you mean by quotes. What's up, everybody on Twitch? Got Justin, Hedge, Hormelp. Good morning. Yeah, dude, Kick has been sick. I like everything about it. It's like, dude, and it's so seamless. Like the stream quality on Kick is like so good, whereas like YouTube has like buffering issues for some people. It's weird. Did I say Twitch instead of Kick? Sorry. I'm sorry. Too many streaming platforms out there, dude. More of a delay on X? Okay. Yeah, X is kind of like the worst one. Sorry, it's not on Twitch, it's on Kick. RipSpot will hook you up with a link. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Twitch. Dude, look at this is what I'm talking about. It's like, this is such an untradeable market. I mean, look at this, dude. It's literally just doing like, look at that. There's no orders. What the heck, dude? This is so bad. I wonder how many people have the day off, like trading desk wise, and they're like, all right, we'll come in for CPI tomorrow, or you know, drop in for an hour during the bond auction. What order system is that? This is Bookmap. Is that what you're talking about? Shad says, I'm new to your channel. I have a question. What do you think about TopStep? I think TopStep is great. I think any prop firm can be good as long as you read their full rule set. If you read their rules, you can kind of make a decision for yourself. There's a lot of prop firms out there. I would use a prop that's been around for at least a year. Although Tradeify, I don't think they've been around for a year, but Tradeify I love, right? I'm not gonna lie. Tradeify I love. I think Tradeify is great. I traded Tradeify for 20 days and I made $30,000 and it got paid out instantly. Like 2 payouts, 15,000 each, instant payouts. We tracked it on here one stream. It was like 2 minutes for a payout. Insane. Actually insane. Thank you, Marble Slash, for subbing. Appreciate you. Big thank you to Fat Guy Out West, Don Burberry, and Musped for doing the gifted. That's awesome. Donnie Donko says, Rips, I got a poker background too. Over 10 million hands grinded online. That's dope. I thought trading going to be easy. Second year in, still not profitable. It's similar, but I still thought it was way easier with my background. That's kind of what sucked me into trading too, is like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be able to figure this out. Like, and plus, the very first week that I traded, I got so freaking lucky. It was unbelievable. Like, I could not lose in the first week. And that was the worst thing that could possibly happen to me because my mind was programmed for the next 6 to 8 months of like, oh, dude, this is so simple. Like, literally. Like, oh, bro, it's so easy. And then I was like, oh, I'm only losing because I'm being unlucky right now. No. Trading is so hard. And I get it. Like, if you do a cerebral activity like poker or chess or something, you come into trading, you're like, oh, I got a leg up on people. You do, but you got to develop the psychological aspect. You got to develop being a really, really good loser. I think more than anything, if I was going to give you one piece of advice, like what can you focus on your development in trading? Psychology and, I mean, there's 2 things now. Psychology and being a really good loser. You know? Rips, how many mini contracts do you use with prop firms? So on Tradeify, when I'm copying 5 accounts, just on one singular account, I'm usually trading somewhere between like 3 and 8 contracts, I would say. I'm looking for quick resolution trades and scalps. Is there a delay on Kick? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, dude, I totally understand like where you're coming from, you know, being a poker player and being like, oh, this should be easy. Now I want to see something on Kick. Like, are they actually like, does my channel show up? Not really. Let's see. Browse. I just want to see. Where do we actually show up on this list? Yeah, we need to start getting like to 1,000 viewers, because then we'll actually show up in that list. But I think we're probably like highest on the list for crypto and trading, right? Yeah, we're third on the list. We could beat that, right? Anyway. Psychopilot says, I've given up on being a poker player, just started dealer school so I can get my dealer license. What made you give up on poker? What was it? Poker's a brutal game, by the way. You can do everything right and still lose. Whereas like trading, if you're doing everything right, eventually you're going to turn the corner and start winning. Like poker compared to trading sometimes can feel like this. You open a trade and you're absolutely correct, and all of a sudden there's a lightning storm in your area out of nowhere. It was clear blue skies when you opened the trade, and then all of a sudden there's a lightning storm, takes out your internet, and then the moment it comes back on is the moment when your trade reversed on you and you can't close it. I shouldn't say giving up, but I need an income and something to do. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's gonna be nice too, like dealing poker, you can start to, if you focus on honing your poker skills, you can start to just focus on reading the players at the table as a dealer. I know a lot of dealers that they are poker players as well, but like they use that time at the table to work on reading people and like, let me guess what this person has. Let me see if this person is feigning strength or weakness, you know? iGamer says, I got the compliance email from Apex, so taking it more serious now. I have not gotten that. Keep in mind, I've only had one payout from Apex. Only one payout, and it came in June 2023 or July 2023. It's for $20,000. I stopped trading Apex. I only focused on Top Step. And then I started trading on Apex, I think, February of this year, March of this year. And we've been in PAs, I think, 3 times now. Lost them every single time. Completely my fault, by the way. Totally my fault. The first set of PAs was me adjusting to the new rules, and there was too much information going around. I didn't understand it. Second time around was me pushing too hard day one. Third time around was this most recent, and I just pressed the gas way too hard day one and just blew the accounts. Do you hear what happened outside the Bellagio recently? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that was like 2 streamers that were beefing, 2 like content creators. And then the dude just murdered them in cold blood, which is just like one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. And like you read the comments under things and like people are like, bro was standing on business. I mean, he's going to be standing on a stool in prison getting, well, whatever. I'm just saying like, that's just when keeping it real goes wrong. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like there's nothing worth ruining. Like you're ruining a family. And then you're ruining your own life. Like this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I don't know why anybody would do that with their life. Like you're probably mentally unstable. What are we watching on the trade screen? This is Bookmap. Sorry I'm late, just woke up. Luca, my Maltese, was sick till I took him for a walk, finally got him pooped, and then to eat. While doing that, very frustrated. I made $1,500 on that. Nice work, dude. Good job. Mark Hughes says, plus 5K after 4 days with Top Step. What would you do if you made another profit tomorrow? Would you request a payout? Yes. I always suggest that people take their payouts because I've seen so many times where people don't take a payout and they get hungry eyes and then they blow the account. Because what happens is like, let's just say that you have $5,000 ready to take out. You trade the next day, you make like, $6,000. You're like, all right, I'm just keep cruising. You're at 6,000. Then the next day you have a really bad day. You lose $3,000. Now you went from 6K to 3K, but then in your head, you're like, well, I was going to take a payout of 5K. I'm not there yet. So I got to make that back. It messes with your head too much. I always just say, take the payout. Which opponent in poker frustrates you the most? Matt Berkey, probably. Matt Berkey's very difficult to play against. Who else? Linglin is very difficult to play against. I love playing against him though because it's a challenge. Who else? Andy is very good. He's a very talented player. Who else? Garrett Roble, Garrett Adelstein, Andrew Roble. Who else? I mean, those are off the top of my head. I have nothing but respect for those players. Think about it. If those people frustrate me the most, they're doing something right. Scott Seaver, haven't played against him. Tilly, I enjoy playing with. Nick Wright, also a fun person to play with. I'm not going to say who the easiest is. That's mean. Garrett is a beast. Yeah, I have. We have in July coming up a battle between Ripsy and Garrett. Garrett Adelstein. Should be some must-see TV. Hey, Rips, I hope you're using the paid version of Bookmap, right? Yes, I'm using Global Plus, but you only need Global. Global Plus comes with all the bells and whistles. You don't need it. It's frustrating because they're so good. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Out of respect, I mean, the people that I just dropped, all the names that I just said, those are players that I respect tremendously. Have you played against the Poker Brat? Yeah, I mean, one of my hands that went viral was against the Poker Brat. Have we not seen that together? I feel like we watched some of that. I wish there was a market to trade, but this is going to probably be another shoot the breeze type of stream, but I think it's better to hang out than not. Ribs poker. Let's see. I think it's more fun to hang out than not, right? Hey, Rips, why are you not going to the BDH now? Well, I was planning on going this week, but the plans changed because I need to get the real ID done for my ID, and the DMV is literally booked up. So I got to figure something out. I can't fly unless I have the real ID sticker on my driver's license. They enacted this rule May 7th. Perfect timing, right? Right when we were planning the jaunt out to the BDH. And I don't have a passport. My passport expired like 6 months ago. So don't have that. Let me see here. Was it? Yeah, it was No Gamble, No Future, right? And it was, oh, because they don't air that yet. Let's see. Poker Go, Rips. Or it'd be a short, right? So Vegas is completely shut down with it? With what? Well, I mean, I don't know about shut down. I just know that it said after May 7th, you cannot fly unless your thing has real ID. I mean, I'm just going off of what they say. Is this it? Let's see if I can find this here. Let me go over here. I think this is it right here, right? No, that's turning quad. No, that's not it. It's, I think it's this one. Let me see. Hold on one second.
Make the call. Let's play a big one here.
I knew he did that whole stupid speech.
Slightly better hand, even. Slightly better. You have to spin the wheel. 8-3 deuce. 7's ahead.
Maybe like you said twice.
Phil, you got a wheel draw.
Oh,
He's
humble
been
for
wrong.
the fans.
Yeah, which hopefully he's been wrong.
Oh,
That
it's
interesting. Wheel draw. Yeah.
Wait for those in 8.
Always good to
First
win the
run out
first
goes to
That's
Rips.
what they say.
If he chops, he won't tilt. So now we got a club.
King in the window. Ace King 7.
What a flop on the second board.
For Rips.
Hold on.
4 outs. We know there's only 1 out.
I might be getting a little
speedy.
playing games very often. I looked at you, then I looked down, and it said no gamble, no future, and I just said, you know what?
There we go.
I have to.
Respect to Rips.
wow.
That was the time where I
Are you used to playing
played
people
against,
that are quieter?
All in.
what's his
When
name?
you move in quick like this, it looks like
Yeah.
you have ace king.
That was against Phil. There you go. Wait, you can still fly? They're just saying that? Is that for real? Does anybody know that? Can anybody confirm? Weird, I subscribe, but name's still the same. You have a Clubhouse icon next to your name there. I don't have my passport. It's expired. I signed in a kick, but didn't see any subscription. You have to click the follow button, then it'll allow you to sub. Crafting features. Nice. Stan Coin in the building. What's up, buddy? Stanley the Manly. Can't wait for your next Ashton Hall running video with the Bentley behind. I'm working on assembling a team right now for vlogging, so it's gonna be sick. Like the whole nine. Like it's gonna be dope. I want to just produce really, really good content for you folks, so should be fun. Real ID is TSA and you definitely need it now. Just got back from Hawaii. Yeah, every single thing I've read says like you need it after May 7th. So folks will confirm it here, then the TSA will confirm you out of the airport. Best to get it taken care of. Yeah, like that's the thing is like, dude, I don't want to make travel plans, book a hotel, book a flight, and then I show up and they're like, dude, it said May 7th everywhere. What are you, stupid? And then I show up and I'm like, but people in my chat said it was chill. They like take me to a waiting room and they're like, what do you mean by this? People in your chat said it was chill. You imagine that's my excuse to the TSA. But bro, people in my chat, they said it was fine. Kick Chat said it was chill, man. I've seen people turned away from the New York airports without it. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. Like, it really just depends on the person that, like, imagine I fly out there and like I get some person who's like super nice in the TSA. They're like, yeah, you're fine. And then I get to Florida and then I'm like leaving Florida. They're like, nah, dude, you're like, dude, imagine me being stuck in Florida. That would be like the weirdest thing ever. I would have to probably rent a car, right? Every airport is different, I promise you, and it could be, depends on the TSA. Yeah, you catch a person on a bad day, like they had an argument that morning with their significant other and they're in a bad mood and they just want to take it out on you. Bro, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. That's horrible. My driver's license was automatically Real ID compliant in Texas. Yeah, dude, I don't know what I need to do, but like the DMV is backed up and like you have to go in person. How stupid is that? Donnie Donko says, just saw that Bellagio gun video, so stupid just because of some social media beef. I feel the same way. I think it's ridiculous. Just call Kick if you need help. Trust they got you. Yeah, exactly. Just phone up Kick. Be like, hey man, you said it was chill, right? You won't get through security without having the star on your license. Yeah. You can borrow my car if you let me drive the SF90. I drop off the SF90. I dropped it off yesterday for service. Dropped off my Bentley yesterday as well, and same day it was just an oil change. Oil change in the Bentley, $1,000. Dropping off the Ferrari for the yearly service, $0. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Redbook retail sales are out. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yeah, $0 for the Ferrari. That's why I love Ferrari's programs. Super nice. Take a train to Florida. Is there a train from Vegas to Florida? I don't know if there is. Cheaper than my Mercedes. Dude, Mercedes is expensive for service. My wife has a Mercedes. I think I paid like $1,500 for her yearly service. It was like just a year old in February or something like that. It's like $1,500 for the yearly service. Imagine that, dude. Yearly service in Ferrari, cheaper than Mercedes and Bentley. Crazy. If you want to save money on service, just go get yourself a Ferrari. That's the hack that nobody wants to tell you out there on YouTube. None of those credit channels out there are telling you. Biggest hack out there. You want free service? Get yourself a Ferrari. Save a ton of money. Save so much. Oh my God, the next available appointment is July 25th at the DMV. I might as well book that. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's so absurd, dude. When is July 25th? What day is that? It's on a Friday? Bro. I want to go. Yeah, I guess I'll book that. Go on a Friday. Can't wait for Ribs vlog standing in line at the DMV with no appointment. Dude, I'm not ever going to do that. I always need to do an appointment. Maybe I could book one at a smaller DMV or a larger DMV. I don't know. Maybe there's a better appointment at a different DMV. DMV hack, use crutches, walk straight to the front of the line. Yeah, can do that. Let's see. Maybe check another location here. $850 for an oil change and fluid change. Mercedes crazy. Dude, I thought last time that I went for the 1 year thing, they clear all the codes and do everything. I thought it was like $1,500. I thought it was. DMV hack. Find a baby and bring it to skip the line. That's crazy, dude. Ribs, you can check at 8 p.m. every Tuesday for last minute appointments on Wednesday. I heard about that. That's a Vegas thing, right? The AMG is more trustworthy. My wife has an AMG. It's $1,500. She has the GLE 63S. That's like the closest you can get to like the black edition, the black series. Oh, you got the same car. That's a great car. Every single time I see her driving that, I'm like, dude, beautiful car. I love it. It's a good looking car. And it sounds good too. It sounds real nice. Ribs, just go to the local Russian mob guy Vlad, buy a real ID. Yeah, that could skip the line. It's a nice car, right? It's a very nice car. I gotta make this smaller so I can read more chat. There we go. After 50K hands, I usually know I have an edge online in poker. How would you translate this to trading rips? After how many trades can you confirm an edge? It's not about trades. It's about hours of screen time. That's what it is. That's a very good question too, by the way. If you missed that one, Donnie Donko said, after 50,000 hands, I usually understand poker. You usually have an edge in online poker, 50,000 hands. So if you're playing a new game, like if you're playing deuce to 7, triple draw, low ball. So I would say it's going to be hours of screen time. For me, I sat and lost for 3 years straight, staring at the screens for 8 to 12 hours a day. Sometimes it was longer. I'd say 8 to 12 hours a day on average. I literally was so obsessed with it. But that's how I take on things. Like I get obsessive with whatever I'm doing, you know. Sorry to bother you. No bother. That's what we're here for. Which trade if I account for 48 bucks? Rips Mod will tell you. Rips Mod will tell you. 10,000 hours minimum. Yeah, what does that work out to be? Like, let's say, so there's 220 trading days in a year, right? How many trading days in a year? It's 251. Wow. Okay, so let's just say 230 is what you're going to get on average. You're spending 8 hours a day times 3 years. Dude, so after 3 years, I probably had 5,500 hours of screen time. See, it's starting to make a lot of sense now. Wow. And I really started to thrive 5 years in. So what was 5 years in? Wait, hold on. Wait, what am I doing here? Let's see. 251 times 8 hours times 5. Yeah, there you go. 10,000 hours at 5 years. Hey, that makes a lot of sense now. That whole thing about spending 10,000 hours being an expert is something special. 5 years in, that's when I remember specifically the day I took a step back and I was like, dang, this is dope. Like straight up. The thought I had was like, I literally took a step back, like I finally, like, cause I was so just like in the weeds with trading. You just keep doing it and doing it and do it. I was profitable after like 3.5 years in was when I was like, oh, I'm finally coming out of this stupid first 3 years. And then finally you're just like plateauing. You're not making money. You're not losing money. You're just, and then I remember like, finally, like 5 years in, I like took a step back and I was like, dude, this is the dopest thing ever. This is so dope. Even on a day like today with no action, you would sit for like 8 to 10 hours. During the summertime, there was action in small caps. Like I was trading equities. I was obsessed. I wanted to be better. Like if you're a losing trader, you want to be better, right? So it's like you just put in the hours. Everybody's different though. Like maybe you're not into that and that's fine. And I'm not saying like you have to do it, but I'm communicating what I know worked for me. Like this is just what worked for me. Maybe it doesn't work for you. Maybe you don't have to do what I did. Maybe you're going to be a rock star in 9 months. You know, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But what I do know is my own personal experience. Maybe I'm so stupid that it took me longer than other people. I don't know. Again, this is my 11th year in. I love it. Seems like better action overnight now, yeah. I also wasn't streaming until recently, you know? So this is a completely different process when you're not streaming. Streaming, I gotta be here on time at a certain time every single day. If you're, you know, dictating your own hours, like you could be awake for like if this happened, like if I wasn't streaming, I saw it like, dude, I took my little pop shot trade. I think it was, or was it? I think I traded like deep beep, something like that. Or maybe, no, it was deep, that little area. If I had traded that and I didn't have to stream today, I'd probably stay awake. I probably would have caught some of that. And then I probably would have stayed awake for the session and been like, okay, this is like a nice short here. Maybe I would have caught that. Maybe, who knows, right? But like I didn't catch that because I'm a streamer and I got to be up and I, you know, on a very specific time. So maybe like if you're learning to trade, maybe you'd be like, okay, this is interesting in the market right now. Japan is going crazy. The Japanese yen and the dollar pair was going crazy last night. So maybe you stay up for that. That's the other thing is like, just because it's 8 to 12 hours a day, it doesn't dictate like which 8 to 12 hours throughout the day it is, you know? Zen says, that's what I do, constantly staring at my phone when away from the computer. What was that crazy action last night? Japanese yen was the whole bonds in Japan, and then we had some UK stuff and China, just all over the map. If you can control emotions and follow a plan, you can be successful faster. Emotion tilt and no plans blow accounts pretty quick. Yeah, and also taking it more seriously. I see a lot of people that are trading on props that just don't take it as seriously as they should be. That's the other thing too. It is going to be so hot today in Vegas, by the way. I got to turn on my, there we go. Turn on my aircon. Nice, thank you for subbing there. So we just have to meet the goal now of 9 more subs, and then I have to stream for another 24 more hours, essentially, on Kick. That's the goal here. How much is the insurance cost on Ferrari? I think I pay across the year for all 3 of my cars. I think I have to pay. Vegas is very expensive insurance, mind you, because there's so many drunks on the road. It's crazy, dude. And furthermore, like people just can't drive in this state for some reason. California drivers are way better than Nevada drivers. I don't know what it's like, 25K a year or 30K a year, something like that for all 3 of the cars. Something around that, right? Pretty sure it's like 30K a year. I think. Once you are past probation, you'll get feature on the front page for what? Oh, for the for Kick. Dope. What's probation? How long is that? Ripspot, where can we follow Rips trades after the market opens? Yesterday, YouTube shut down, New York market open. Kick. This right here. There you go. LA drivers are not good. Yeah, I don't miss LA traffic. California, Southern California traffic can be brutal, depending on, you know, the day and everything. Texas is absurd too. Highest concentration of uninsured drivers on the road. Wait, is there no law about having insurance? Dude, my insurance company messed up on my Ferrari, and they didn't have it insured for 2 days. And like I caught it after 2 days and immediately reinsured it. Vegas fined me like $1,500 for not having insurance for 2 days. It's the weirdest thing ever. So weird, but we live in Texas. People don't care. Are female drivers better than male drivers in Nevada? I don't know. I'm not really looking at who's driving. I'm just trying to not die on the road. You know what I mean? There's Shane. What's up, buddy? Rips, do you rely on fundamentals? I rely more so on order flow and price action than fundamentals. I use fundamentals to sort of give me a broader picture. I pay attention to the macro environment. I pay attention to news. That's always important to me. Very, very important. I hope that our conversation this morning has kept us out of trading together. I hope that that you, where you are not getting into trouble trading nonsense that you shouldn't be trading. Hopefully. I'm hoping for that. Shannon says, I may be headed to LA next week. What for? LA or like Los Angeles or Louisiana? LA can mean both. Nice. Broccoli picked up $600. Nice. Rips is sending friend requests this morning on Discord. Oh, yeah, not the real Rips. By the way, I'm never sending anybody friend requests. There's somebody who's like, oh, Rips is sending me a bunch of friend requests. I'm like, that's certainly not me. I don't follow anybody on X. I don't send friend requests. It's never going to be me. If you get a friend request from me, get ready to be scammed because it ain't me. Did I just get a gifted sub? You did. Yes, you did. Your thoughts on the riots? I think it's crazy. I think it's wild. I feel bad for people that are just trying to go about their business and getting caught in the midst of that. A lot of stuff is happening in LA right now. It's a mess. I mean, I haven't really been paying attention. I've just been reading kind of the headlines here and there, so I'm probably not the best person to comment on that, but there you go. People were doing 80, 90 anyway, so why not? Yeah, I feel like the speed limits need to be higher now that we have better cars. Like, cars are safer, significantly safer than what they used to be. Rips, do you trade crypto? I have not traded crypto in a very long time. It's been a long time since. Last time I was actively trading crypto, I think, was around 2016, 2017. That was the last time I was actively trading crypto. But I was also trading. I was probably like 20% of my trading was crypto. Very active, but 80% of my trading was in equities in the regulated markets. Is it true that the army is coming? I have no idea. That must be new. I heard that like some Marines are coming. I don't know if that's true either, but again, those are like the headlines I'm being served on X. No idea. Couldn't tell you. Do you think that you could arrange an in-person trading seminar in Vegas? That's what my plans were to do, but then at the last moment we had one of the sponsors pull out, which is why I've been trying to reorganize another one, so, you know. Thank you there, Black Amex. Gifting some subs. Thank you. 10 gifted. What a goat. Thank you, buddy. That's dope. Are you going to the BDH this month? I just booked my DMV appointment end of July, so I'm not going to be able to get my real ID until the end of July, so maybe it'll be in August. Marines got sent in until National Guard arrives. I wonder how that's going to be. Should be interesting. I just want everybody to be chill. That's all I want. At the end of the day, I want people to be chill. I want people to be happy, and I want people to be rich. Can't get all those things, unfortunately, but you asking me, I'm telling you, that's what I want. It's a long time for the appointment. Yeah, everybody's like late on getting the real ID. How do you trade this price action? Do exactly what I'm doing right now. Hands free, baby. Don't touch. Do not touch. If everyone was rich, no one would be happy. I know. It's just one of those things. I want everybody to be who's watching this stream right now to have enormous amounts of wealth hit them in the face in their lives. Honest truth. I want everybody watching right now to find a way to be wealthy in their life, whether it's wealthy through psychology, wealthy through actual monetary wealth, wealthy in family and love. I want you to be wealthy in one way or another. I really do. I appreciate everybody who tunes into the stream. Except for the haters. I mean, I don't care. Whatever. I do think it's funny that people that do not like me still tune into the stream on a daily basis. It's a weird. If I didn't like something, I wouldn't watch it. I don't watch. Who's that guy? Glenn Osbeck or something? Glenn Beck? Is it? Who's the dude? No, not Glenn Beck. Who's the weirdo one from MSNBC? Not Glenn Beck. He's chill. The doofus from MSNBC. Yeah, Glenn Beck is good. Who am I thinking of? Not Morning Joe. The other dude. The guy who got fired. Who's the guy who got fired? 9/11. No, dude. Why can't I think of this guy? He's so annoying and he wears like funny glasses. He's a political commentator. Oh my God, this is gonna drive me crazy. Keith Olbermann. Thank you. Yes. Andre. That guy. Okay. Good comparison. I will never go out of my way to watch Keith Olbermann. If it shows up like clips on my timeline, I make an effort to not watch. Because that dude is weirdo, and I don't agree with anything he says, so I kind of just don't watch him. I don't understand the haters that don't like me, and then they and they watch my streams. It's so strange. What a waste of your time. You don't like me, don't watch it. That's simple, right? Why don't you do things that make you feel good? If I don't make you feel good, don't watch me. Glenn Beck, weird? I mean, I think he has some good takes. If you're watching me, don't like me, still a fan. I just think it's weird. There's a lot of people out there that watch that don't like me. It's weirdos. Keith Olbermann is a loon. Yeah. You make me feel great, and that's good. That's good. I like that. Is Glenn Beck still alive? Isn't he? Did you ever buy a course in the past? I'm trying to think. I've read tons of books. Courses, though? No. That's a good question. I didn't think about that. I don't think I've ever bought a trading course in my life. Yeah, no. You know what? I wanted to support Ross Cameron because I think he's a GOAT. By the way, Ross Cameron crushing it this year. That dude is a G. I love him. I don't care what you say about him. I think Ross Cameron is a GOAT. He's so dope. God bless him. I think he's awesome. People that don't respect Ross, I mean, I understand like he was doing the dumping on his followers thing, but it's like you're still the one pressing the buttons, but just saying. He's a good trader, dude. You don't like it? I mean, dude, he's made so much money just trading from the long side, just booty blasting short sellers. That's my kind of guy right there. Dude is dope. Never heard of him? Yeah, I mean, he's an equities trader. He trades small cap equities. I used to trade a lot of small cap equities, mainly long side. I wasn't ever trying to just be mainly long side, but that's what it worked out to be. By the way, look at this crap that this is since we started the stream right here. We've done, look, we are literally right where we started the stream. This is a 10 or 15 handle range right now in the NQ. He did dump on everyone and had a case, but his newer videos have good info. So let's go over that. His FTC case had nothing to do with his trading. His FTC case had to do with truth in advertising. He was actively promoting ads, paying for paid advertisement where he was making promises that were unreasonable. For instance, if you sign up with my trading course, you can make millions of dollars. Essentially that. Yes, I'm butchering it, but follow me, right? Give me some rope. If you have an advertisement that makes an unrealistic claim, that is a violation of FTC laws, and there's a civil penalty for that. You cannot make unrealistic claims in advertising, even though most advertising is somewhat unrealistic claims, right? You cannot do that. That's an FTC violation. That is what he got hit for. Had nothing to do with his trading. He got hit by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, not the CFTC, which is, you know, for actual like trading, right? Everybody wants to say, oh, it was his trade. No, it was his advertising. That was it. That was it. He had to pay a fine for his truth in advertising. There's a whole law. FTC is crazy. But what's crazy is that like there's tons of smaller traders and Discord sellers that are actively doing that to this day. The problem is that they don't generate enough income for the FTC to care. That's it. I mean, somebody was out, they're like, oh, I wish you would talk about the FTC thing with Ross Cameron. That's it. It was truth in advertising. If you look through the FTC complaint, you can look at all of the ads he was running. They were making some pretty outlandish claims if you're looking from the perspective of the FTC. Somewhat outlandish claims like, I've made millions of dollars trading the markets. You can too. Essentially that, right? They'll eventually get caught, I'm sure. I don't think so because they're just not big enough. The FTC is not going to waste their time building a case against somebody who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. They don't care. They want to go after the big fish who are making millions of dollars, the low-hanging fruit. That's how it works. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about the FTC. There you go. Is Tradeify 4623 the cost for the straight to funded account? No, Ripsmod will help you. I can't remember what it is. He's a wild boy. He gets pissed when he makes 20K. Dude, he's a great trader. I don't care what you say about him. I personally believe that he is a fantastic trader and his results speak for themselves. He's a fantastic trader. Ross sort of got me into trading and I learned a lot from him. So hard to be mad at him. People shouldn't have been trying to tag along on his trades in real time. Yeah, I mean, he's very good about being very specific and saying his results aren't typical and all that. I think he's doing a much better job now. So, and you know what? For him to bounce back from that FTC complaint when everybody in the industry was like totally dogging on him, when it's like, dude, the people that are dogging on him, go look at their landing pages. They were doing the same stuff. All the people that were coming out and be like, yeah, Ross is a scumbag. Go look at their landing pages. They were even worse than Ross's. And it's like they didn't even understand the core complaint of like what the FTC was after him for. So Ross is a very chill dude too. He's a family man. I got nothing but respect for the guy. I really do. Ross is dope, but he fits the look to start a trading gold up on a mountain in the middle of Tennessee. Dude, he's a chill guy. He's had the trading van series, which is entertaining, you know. He almost got me back in 2022 when I first started. What do you mean? Explain. What would he get you for? Thank you, Cube Q, for the gifted. Folks are goated today. We are only 7 subs away from hitting our goal here. Non-gifted subs, by the way. Like I've said, I want Rips and Ross to have a baby day trading. Dude. Our styles are very similar too. We both trade momentum. I mean, we're very similar in that sense. Somebody left a comment like a year ago on YouTube. They're like, this guy's like the Ross Cameron of futures. I was like, oh, that's nice. Thank you. I don't know if they meant good things or bad things. He almost paid $5K for his course. I mean, would that have been really that bad of a thing though? I mean, $5K for his course, would that have been that bad of a thing? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I always think that there's enough free information out there, but it is nice. Like if you have somebody that consolidates a bunch of information for you and puts it in an easily presentable format that you can learn from, I have nothing wrong with that. Rips Ross collab. Yeah, there you go. Is there a way to like a stream on Kick? I don't think so. I don't think so. Where do you find the code for MC? I'm going to get all of your usernames. The people who signed up for the subs. Paying 4 figures for anyone's course is crazy. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you have 5K to dust, I'm going to be playing a tournament today that's $3,000. I don't expect to win that tournament. I'm going to try, but that $3,000 is as good as dust. Everybody's different, right? If you think that spending 5K on education, I mean, look at, what's the other one? SMB, dude. SMB charges 5 figures for their education. They don't tell you that out the gates, but you get in their funnel, you're going to be paying 5 figures. You know? That's how SMB makes all of their money, by the way, is allegedly, is selling courses. I thought that's what you did because any other kind of education I needed, I paid for it. There is enough free information, but you got to look for it. I'm saying for new people not knowing anything and it seemed predatory. Sure, yeah. That's the thing too, is our brains assign value on price. So if you're paying for something that's $49, you're going to assign it less value for something that you're paying for $199. It's just the way our brains work. That's why like luxury brands can charge more. There are some luxury brands that do have more labor involved and more cost for things. For instance, if you're buying, let's say you're buying an Hermes bag that is crocodile and that pelt is sourced from a very specific region and has very specific, like the pelt that's chosen. Like there's things that make things worth, but you know, there's also things that are a ripoff. Allegedly was a nice grab. I'm learning. Allegedly. I'm learning allegedly. I'm 2 years in and dropped about 5K in prop costs, but that's put me through tons of challenges and I think I run through them fast. Slow down. Also, there's a lot of prop firms. If you buy a prop account, they'll give you a practice account. Like Top Step is one of those firms that does that. Just trading the practice account and just chill. There's no rush. You're going to get better by spending time. You want prop firms to fit your budget, realistically. Like you want prop firms to be within your budget. You don't want prop firms to be something where you're like, okay, I got to make this work because this is costing me a lot of money. That's not a good way to look at things. You can slow down, right? I think like the cost of prop firms can be as low as like an Apex account, I think is when they do the 90% off and 90% for recurring months. I think it's what, $15, $14, $13, $12, something like that. $12 a month. I mean, even if you're blowing an account, I think they give you a practice account, don't they? Is it worth getting TradingView real market data? I mean, it's like $7. Yeah, I think it's worth $7 a month for sure. Ribs, what do you think of new straight to funded accounts offered by Top One Futures and you can copy trade 7 accounts? I'm never using them. That's just my opinion. Do whatever you want, but I'm never using them. When you're too honest and transparent in this industry, people will call you a liar. When you lie often and less transparent, people will call you the truth. I agree with you, FA. Apparently, I ruffled some feathers being very real with the conversation I had with everybody, talking about how everybody in this space deserves all the frauds because nobody wants to call them out. People were like, yeah, that's horrible. He's saying that. It's like, all right, that's fine. Y'all want to be live too? That's fine. Cool. I'm still going to live my life. I was trying to help people. You don't want to be helped? That's fine. Live in your fantasy land. Ribs, would you consider going on a trading podcast? I have done a couple trading podcasts. Ribs just dropped an album inspired by my trading journey. Shameless promo. Absolutely. It's called The Chart Life by Mike Trades Daily. Go run it up. Love you, dog. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate you. What happened on the Vegas Strip with YouTubers? Somebody murdered 2 people in cold blood because they're stupid. Yeah, I have a bunch of props that I have agreed to try out that I still haven't gotten to. Let's see. I know of 5 off the top of my head. Oh, 6. Yeah, dude, I have 6. Or 5. Wait, did I think that name twice? I don't want to say them out loud. 5 or 6 that I can think of off the top of my head that I am supposed to be trading and trying out their prop firm, and I still haven't gotten to it. Right now I have Apex accounts, and I have to trade those. I don't have to trade those, but I want to trade those. And then I'm gonna do Tradeify next again, and then MFU. And then TPT when TPT removes this account from my account that is still sitting there. So the only ones that I have right now are Apex. That's why I said I have to trade. No, those are the only ones I have right now. I made $111 in those accounts yesterday. Welcome, Jay Smith. Thank you for subbing. Which data provider do you use with Bookmap? I use both Bookmap data and Rhythmic data. However, I will say that the Bookmap data has been very nice in comparison to Rhythmic. I used to only use Rhythmic. Dude, I like Bookmap's data way better now. Willie Ortiz says, not using Top One a personal choice, or do you think the product is bad? Just got nervous after you said that. I just got one of their accounts. I will not poo-poo on any company. It's a personal choice. I just don't. Nope, not for me. That's it. What's your sizing on challenges? Depends on the size of the challenge. If I'm using a bigger account, I'm going to size up. I use aggressive sizing all the time in my trading because I'm a momentum trader. My moment in time expires quickly for the amount of, like, I'm in a market. I'll be having exposure and risk on for a limited period of time in the markets. By the way, the markets are opening here in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes until the market may actually do something here. Let's find out. 2 minute warning. Wow, it is coming down here. Breaking a little bit lower. We're at the lower end of the structure. They are dumping this. Wow. Found it, Alex Temes. Yeah, I've done a couple of different podcasts. They're from a long time ago. Finally got some. Cube Q? Cube Q? Cube Q? Cub Q? I don't know how to say your name. Good luck, everybody. Hope all your dreams come true today. I hope everybody's dreams come true today. Finally got some movement, but I mean, I don't know. Microsoft already picking back up here. No trades yet in our Percy. We're just at 195 bucks from yesterday's trade, but no trades yet in the Percy. What do you think about the spot quoted futures that are coming out? What, like Bitcoin? They already have Bitcoin futures. What's up, Archie? Make sure you sub too. How many screens do I use? Check my Instagram story. Post it on my Instagram story right now. 15 seconds, everybody. Good luck. We are holding at the 4-hour open right now. Good luck. If we do continue to hold at the 4-hour open, we don't exchange liquidity any lower, I think we'll go up for that previous month high. If we go below that 4-hour open, I think we can go down to that previous day mid again. Find some liquidity down there. Markets are open. Wow, that's freezing a little bit. That was weird. Bit of freeze. Wow, that's just very spotty. That's not freezing. It's just extremely spotty. Do this here. Get that over there. NASDAQ is pushing up back to the point of control here at 850. Can it hold 850? That becomes the question here. We are starting to squeeze. Not a lot of sellers yet. We're starting to squeeze a little bit here up here at 865. If we break out here, I think we can run pretty hot. But we'd have to break out first. 865 is sort of the breakout area. Let's see. Pull back to 850, maybe retest those highs at 865. We are coming right back down now. S&P is rejecting really hard at 620. So we had a little push up and then we are dancing a little bit lower here. Do we hang below 850 here? Or do we push back up? It looks like kind of like we want to push back up a little bit. Oh, going back down below 850 here. We are rolling a little bit. Can we roll below 840 and hold a push lower? If we break this lower structure here, we will go much lower, I think. Like below 835 here. Let's see. A lot of buyers there at 835. We're just dancing around here. Let's see if we could break below like 830 here. Rejecting at the previous 4-hour high. Be interesting if we actually break below these 30s here and hold a break. We dipped a little bit lower. See if we get below this 850 level again. We are holding underneath 850, but it could explode up through this. I'm just watching here on this explosion potentially through 850. We're just dancing through this liquidity right now. Below 850 gives us that spice. Let's see. We're kind of holding though. That's what's concerning. We're squeezing back at these 60s. Previous month high is holding. See if we get back below 850 here at all. Let's see, line in the sand below 850. We can actually trade liquidity below this. I think we're in business here. Very choppy still. So a little refresher below 850. Let's see if we can take out this liquidity at 840 here. Would be interesting to see. We're at 60.20 right now in the S&Ps. Slamming below there. I don't know what happened to my music. I want to see us trade 810, but we're not nabbing it yet. I'll cover right there. So we traded that in our personal, sort of up and down here. We made $19,060 there in the personal. So that's what focus brings. I see GK says, holy shiza, the focus I just saw in Rip's face. Dude, I got to be focused. I got to be focused when I'm trading big lots. You know, when I'm trading big size like this, I got to be focused. I want to make $19,000 from the market. I got to be focused. Got to be focused. I got to turn on some tunes here. I don't like the deafening silence right now. This is crazy. But yeah, I mean, look, that was a very tight range. And if I can make $19,000 from a tight range, you can make $190. You can make anything you want, right? Don't let anybody tell you out there that like, just because a range is tight that you can't make a lot of money. But that's why I have to have intense focus on something like that. I showed very clearly too before the market opened that I hadn't taken any trades. And I wanted to make that clear so people weren't like, well, how did you make $19,000? Like, look, that was the last trade I took and then we just traded the open. We bombed this thing, dude. We freaking bombed this open. If you like this style of stream where I'm like intensely focused and I'm really just like trying my best to manhandle this market, drop a W in chat for me right now if you like this type of stream. Because personally, I don't know anybody out there that's doing it like this. And this is what I pride myself on, as being a momentum trader. This is what I do. You can hate me, you can hate my attitude, you can say that I'm an asshole, like, it's fine. But one thing that you can't disagree with is that I'm a trader through and through. That puts our balance, by the way, at $740,000. I am proud of that. I'm very proud of that right there. I don't know if it was an update to TradingView, but it's like, it prints a lot of arrows now, by the way. It prints a whole mess of arrows. What a cover, by the way, for Ripsy there. Wow, what a cover there off those lows. Yo. Somebody out there too was like, the only reason he wins in his personal is because he doesn't have a stop. There's some weird excuse. It's like, then go do that in your own account and see how that works out for you. So now we are only $260,000 away from hitting $1 million. Super excited about that. Let's see if there's a follow-up trade, shall we? Maybe we can take a follow-up trade in Apex. I tell you what, we'll wrap up the stream here on YouTube. Follow me over to Kick. We're going to be on Kick, real-time streaming on Kick. Maybe we take a follow-up in the personal. Maybe we take a follow-up in Apex. Follow me over on Kick. Ripswap, if you would, please spam the link. Spam that link. Thank you. Yeah, follow me over on Kick, folks. That's where I'm going to be. We're wrapping up the day here on YouTube. $19,060. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. No jokes aside, I'm not even going to troll and be like, oh, I could buy a valet ticket with it. Like, no, I'm proud of that. $19,000 in a matter of minutes is an extraordinary amount of money. And I talk about this a lot. And, you know, I troll. I try to be entertaining because this is what this is. This is all entertainment at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I will say this. If you are struggling in your trading right now, folks on YouTube, if you're struggling in your trading, just remember, if you get through this and you push really, really hard and you get to the other side, which, by the way, I think will take you years and years to get through, this can potentially be your future. Potentially. Maybe it won't be. For a lot of you, it won't be because it's very difficult. But I'm just saying, if you continue to push yourself, there's no other job on the planet where you can make this type of money. Doesn't exist. All right? I'll see you folks over on Kick. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you folks here on YouTube tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern.